Greetings. Well, it seems like all of our communication comes through a camera these days. COVID-19 has had quite the effect on all of us. It's been an incredible journey over the last 7 or 8 weeks, and we trust that you're continuing to be healthy and well during these days. I'm so grateful to our church congregation for all of the serving that has been going on, folks connecting with each other, working diligently to stay connected. I think those things speak well of our church, and I trust that as we move towards some sense of new normal, that we won't lose these efforts, that we'll continue to press forward in these things. The governor announced this week that he was going to reopen the state, and all of us are glad to see that, and yet all of us have a little bit of trepidation about what that means, and I trust that you'll continue to pray for him and for his team and for local leaders as everyone's trying to sort out what is right and wrong to do. And it doesn't seem like any of the scenarios are all positive or all negative. It's a lot of uncharted territory. So let's continue to be prayerful and to be patient and encouraging as we see how God's going to lead us through this. The elders have tried to think about this and discuss it and pray about it. How should our church begin to think about reopening? And we've opted to take a deliberate approach. We don't think that we can rush into this. There's just too many things that we have to iron out, too many questions to be entertained. So we have chosen to continue doing what we've been doing for this Sunday, which will be the 26th of April, and then for the first 2 Sundays in May, the 3rd and the 10th, we will continue to do either a pre-recorded service or even move toward a live streaming version, and in order to prepare us for what's coming on May 17th. May 17th is the day that we've targeted to reopen our church. If everything stays on course as it is now, continues to move in a positive direction, then our plan is to open the doors for a worship gathering only at 10:30 on Sunday, May 17th. The restrictions that are placed, the stay-at-home order for seniors will expire on the 13th of May, and so it makes sense for us to open on the 17th. We believe that the restrictions easing on the 13th will probably signal that we're moving into Phase 2 in Georgia, and that's a different animal than Phase 1. Phase 2 calls for moderate distancing, and so we're looking at all those kind of things. We're going to be leaning upon our safety team and some of our healthcare professionals to work with them in consultation and help guide us as we try to make our church as safe as possible during this transition time for as long as it needs to go on. So things will continue as we've been doing for the next 3 Sundays. The 17th, we'll look to reopen. On that day, there are going to be some other questions you're going to have regarding Sunday school online, and we hope to provide you some more information on that as we move forward, so just keep your ears open and be prepared to respond accordingly. And we're going to be looking at trying to keep an eye on things in our community and state, seeing what loosening the restrictions, what impact it has on COVID-19. Do we see things spike? Do we see things continue on the decline? And all that will tell us what we can and can't do moving forward. So you continue to pray, continue to be patient. We're asking that all meetings and classes, anything that you do that requires coming together, that you do it virtually using technology, and that the only thing we're going to do on Sunday the 17th is gather for worship. We'll come at 10:30, and when worship's over, we'll leave and try to keep as much distance between us as possible and stay as safe as possible. And we'll be looking at other elements of our church life and see how that progresses as things continue to improve. Then we'll look at things like opening the office, returning to some of the other opportunities that we offer here on campus. So stay tuned for those things. In the meantime, let's continue to encourage one another, pray for one another, and trust God that He's got this.